Всем привет, это как всегда игры, мы продолжаем прохождение, приятного просмотра. Ладно, идем дальше. Нет, я сюда, наверное, пришел. Или куда мне? Нет, я же с этих дверей пришел. Мне в комментарии подсказали то, что тут есть против щитоносцев удар рукой. Перенос. Что за перенос? Взаимодействие. Копашная атака F. Я думаю, только двери открывать. Вот сейчас открываю, до этого не хотел открывать. Так что против щитоносцев можно F давить. Наверное, закрыто, да?
The journey to Helheim is never a straight one. Each must find their own path. Align yourself to its secrets, and you will find yours. However you come to the gold-covered bridge that leads to Hell, you may find it guarded by a giantess. She will ask your name. She will ask your lineage. She will ask your business. The Northmen tell of the warrior woman Brynhild, who leapt into fire and rode to hell to join her slain love Sigurd, and is challenged by the giantess.
Это что? Так задумано нарисовано. Лестница какая-то. А, вон. Теперь путь наверх есть он. Как бы я его сам сделал. Ее там не было, и теперь она появилась. А что так все синим загорается? По бокам. Синее все. Тут знак, наверное, какой-то есть. Ну, не какой-то, X же нарисован. Один нашел. Нужно внимательнее быть. В прошлой серии что-то долго искал. Не то. Где-то здесь. А вот он. Вот и третий знак. На этот раз довольно быстро все сделал. Опа. А, там этот... Еще одна стела или как... Ну, голоса, чтобы услышать.
Hela possesses large dwelling places in Helheim. Tall are her walls, high are her gates. The name of her dish is hunger. Her knife is famine. On her threshold all will stumble. Her bed is called sick bed, and her bed hangings are called flames of a funeral pyre. They say she is easy to recognize, half black and half the color of flesh, and her face menacing and grim.
Да, я стою, если же убежать затихнет. Но пока договорит. Кошмар. Так в любом противнике будут. Какой-то большой.
Song again. Is it? It's Hela.
Yes, the source of the darkness. It's coming. This is your moment.
Ого.
I'm sorry.
What are you doing? You're showing weakness. You're not a warrior. You're a disgrace. The gods will punish you for this. Pick up the sword. Pick it up. Fight the darkness. Fight it. Get up. Get up. Get up and fight.
Вставай, дерись.
Stormy seas and lost souls. She's dreamt of this before. They say dreams are visions of our memories, thoughts and fears, as seen by our inner eye. But what if each one of us is always dreaming, even when awake, and we only see what our inner eye creates for us? Is this what hell is? A world shaped by Senua's nightmares. Maybe that's why people feared seeing the world through her eyes. Because if you believe that Senua's reality is twisted, you must accept that yours might be too.
You failed the gods. You're pathetic. Rotten. Cursed. What were you thinking? Did you really think you could win? How stupid can you be?
So stupid.
Everyone hates her. She's cursed.
The shadow hates.
Look at you. A warrior. Worthless. Weak. Pathetic. Go on. Feel sorry for yourself, because there is no one left to do that for you.
Everywhere. You failed. What's that?
Take it. If you're too much of a coward to fight, then end the suffering. Broken and lost. Just like your sword.
Come on. Dare.
Она себе рану прижгла.
Why go on when you give everything and face that which torments you, only to find that it is worse than you could have imagined? Why go on? Is it really so weak to ask this? Or are we just so afraid of the honest answer that we do not dare pose the question? Sometimes the answer lies in a memory, a feeling, a song.
It's not real.
It's a trick. Don't trust it. Maybe you're already dead. Who are you?
Do you still believe in me, Senua?
No, it's not.
It's a trick. It's a trick. He's already dead.
You know he's here. He can't be here. It's impossible.
Come to me. Please.
У меня теперь меча нет.
Go towards the light.
It's him.
There he is.
It can't be him. It's just a trick. It's in your mind.
Yes, no, he's here.
It's in your
It's
mind.
him. It's real. It's happening.
Go towards it.
Давай, иди. Если теперь я вообще без оружия. Наверное, она найдет. О, у нее уже почти вся рука черная. Уже выше локтя. Нужно как-то аккуратнее играть. Тут что такое? Ничего. Да уперлась.
There it is. You're imagining. It's Dillian.
He's coming. You is not slow. How could you?
Keep going.
How could you?
Keep going. Ignore the pain.
I told you it was to trick you. I told you.
Стоп, кораблей разбиты.
There's nothing to follow.
Come on.
Она сама останавливается. Не я.
Before she first met him, she was not in a good place. Just a teenager, but not like the others. Barely functioning, she rarely left the house. Her father Zinbel made sure of that. Only occasionally did she venture out on her own, collecting firewood and herbs. Errands out in the Orkney plains. That was her world. Like this one. Barren and lonely.
Надеюсь, мне меч-то дадут. Без меча-то драться не смогу. Уху.
It's already disappeared.
Nothing lives here, not even you.
Надеюсь, выживу.
You think you can see it, but it's in your mind. There he was. The lone figure of a boy. Swordplay under the shade of a tree. She remembers the first time she saw him. To her young eyes, he moved as if dancing. And the world danced with him. The gloom lifted. And for the first time in years, she felt a ray of hope.
Снова загадка. Не загадка, ворот. Стой. А, вот проход. Мне бы меч. Наверное, дадут. Надеюсь, его тут пропустить нельзя. И знаки не появляются. Нет, мне, видимо, не сюда. Когда я не вижу, куда мне... Ну, там по низу был проход, вон решетка какая-то. Прям канализация средневековая. Ну, почему не появляется? Рано, что ли, еще? Нет, ничего не появляется. Ладно, пойду вниз. Раз тут ничего нет.
The Northmen tell of a great hero. His name is Sigmund. His father's hall was built around a great tree, and one day Odin comes and thrusts a sword into the tree, a gift to whomever can release it. Many try, but the sword only comes out at Sigmund's touch. His brother-in-law, King Siggeir, wants it, but Sigmund refuses him, so King Siggeir plots revenge. He invites Sigmund and his brothers to a feast, but when they arrive, they are met with an army, not a warm welcome. King Siggeir captures Sigmund and his brothers, steals his coveted sword, and readies them for execution.
Тут путей слишком много. Там корабль не разбитый плавает. Нет, нормально. Я оттуда уже пришел. Я по воде, наверное, просто пройти бы не смог. Значит, туда идти нужно, все правильно. Какой-то меч сейчас говорили, наверное, я его где-нибудь найду. Не, мне явно-то не сюда. Может, что-нибудь спрятано будет. Ну что это? Стелла еще какая-нибудь. Особо больше нечего находить. А может, это просто по кругу бегать мне. Нет, Стелла есть.
Death for Sigmund and his brothers seems certain. But the king's wife is Sigmund's sister, and she begs for mercy and implores the king to chain them up instead. He agrees. Not for mercy, though, but because he plans an even more cruel and lingering death. Chained to a tree in the forest that night, a she-wolf comes and devours one of Sigmund's brothers. She returns, ravenous, night after night, until only Sigmund is left. The next day, Sigmund's sister sends a serpent of honey to smear Sigmund's face. But why? That night, when the she-wolf appears again, you'll never guess what happens.
Да? А что случилось, не скажешь? Волк не съел, а облизал?
Day after day, watching from afar, she mimicked him, perfecting her own secret dance, wishing those fleeting moments of light would stretch out to last forever.
It's a trick. It's an illusion. It's not real. Don't you freak? It's real. You want to believe it's real, but it's a trick. Deluded. Where are you going? Where is she going?
Красотища.
What is she following?
Может, настоящий мир так выглядит?
It's just
А ей просто все мерещится серым.
Effortlessly caught the world in bliss. If only she could do the same. See the world through eyes anew and dance with it, just like he does.
Красотища. Ну-ка, повернись. Не стесняйся. Повернись. Что ты отворачиваешься? Ну, ты можешь повернуться. Не хочет она поворачиваться. Ну и ладно.
What's your name?
Senua.
I haven't seen you before.
I don't leave home much.
Oh, Zenua's daughter.
I have to go.
Wait. Who taught you to fight like that?
No one.
No one.
Well, I watched you, and
You learnt all of that from watching me? You should become a warrior, you know.
me?
I'm Dillian. I'm here for the warrior trials. Just come and watch. And bring your sword.
You can't put it into words. That moment when you look into the eyes of the one who is supposed to reassure you, make you feel safe. It only takes an instant. Fear swallows you before you have a chance to make sense of it. And darkness becomes a part of who you are.
You killed him.
But her world changed the day the Northmen took him from her. Senua knows that there's no going back to how things were. That there's nothing to go back to at all.
Stay still, stay quiet, hide, don't tell her.
Their gods can see into your mind. They will use this power to destroy
They
you.
won't stop me. I can still feel him.
Whatever's left of him, they will never let him go.
I'm not gonna let him rot here!
You're the one rotting here.
Leave me alone!
You will die here.
No!
And all your suffering will have been for nothing.
Dillian? Is that you? I'll find you, my love. I promise.
Такое ощущение, как вот она с внутренними демонами дерется.
By the tree. Can you see him? You want to believe it, because he's not real. Is he there? You're alone in these mountains. Is that clear? Nothing lives here. You won't survive. You met him by the
Не,
tree.
что не туда... Нет, вон там проход есть.
Maybe it's a sign, the tree. He's waiting for
As the
you.
she-wolf licks the sweet honey from Sigmund's face, he bites the wolf's tongue. The she-wolf pulls away, but Sigmund holds on. The chains break, and he is free. After his escape, Sigmund lives like us, hidden in the forest. His enemy, King Siggeir, believing him dead, as his sister plots revenge. And for vengeance to succeed, even the great Sigmund needs help. So she sends her sons to him. But their blood is weak and corrupted, and they're put to death by Sigmund. So his sister hatches a new plan, one that is cold of heart and pure of blood.
Наболтались. Дерево, дерево, дерево. Я иду к дереву. Опа. А, вон проход. Это меч? Да, это меч.
Take it. A sword. Take it. Dillian left it for you. Take it. Take it. Take it. It's a trick. It's a trick. It's ending. It's coming from there and there. Oh, what are they? Look, where's it coming from? She started something. Oh.
What's happening?
Where is
gods. Its name is Gramr. It was forged by the god of all Northmen, Odin, and gifted to Sigmund, a great warrior.
I need this sword. It's important. Can you help me?
The sword appears whole, but it is an illusion. It shattered into shards long ago. It is said a great warrior can reforge Gramr by answering the trials of Odin, one for each shard. The roots of the Tree of Death will take you to new lands, where you will face the trials.
Go to the shard. Go to the shard. Go to the shard. What's the shard? Find it. It's the metal runestone. Find it. The metal. The
Как мне
runes.
перенестись?
You need that sword.
А вон
Go to the
корни.
shard. Find the shards.
Понятно, увидел. Он еще один. Сколько испытаний.
Where is it? Find it.
Раз-два пока что.
Focus. Where's the shard? Focus. Focus. Use your eyes. Look. Get closer. What can you see?
A king in the north forced the dwarves to make a sword that would never fail and never rust, and that would slice through iron and stone and bring victory to its bearer. But the angry dwarves cursed it. It would be the death of a man every time it was drawn, and it would be the death of the king. Let me tell you about the sword Tyrving.
I don't recognize this place. Where are we? Where is she? It feels wrong.
Where are we now? Burial mound. So strange that we go to such lengths to bury death. Something so very ordinary, inevitable. It's
Красота.
as if we conspire to hide death, because we have no answer for it. But when it comes and forces itself onto our friends or loved ones, then comes the reckoning.
You can feel dead. Do this. Turn back.
Стелла. Не сюда? Еще не сюда пришел?
Senua, you remind me of a story that the Northmen tell about a young woman warrior. Her name is Hervor, the daughter of a berserker born after he was killed. She's a wild, willful child who teaches herself to fight with weapons. When she learns where her father is buried, her only desire is to reclaim the treasure buried with him, but above all, the sword, Tyrving.
Красотища. Мрачно, но красиво. Графика хорошая. Я не знаю, что будет через лет 10, какая графика будет, какие мощности. Страшно представить. Если уже начинают, он смотрел презентации Electronic Arts, то что там же морщины на лице делают. Вот кто-то это рассматривать будет. А жрет много. По-любому.
Don't go in there. Go in. You have to go in. Take the torch. It's too dark. Take it.
Факелом буду драться.
Help you. Careful. You have to be able to see.
Тут и есть. Полный мрак.
Dillian, I'm here. I'm here for the trials. Like when we first met, remember?
Я могу поджигать.
There he is. Dillian, there he is. Finally. You found him.
What's wrong? What happened? Can you hear me?
Let him go. Let him.
Just wait there. I'll find you.
You have to find him. This is your mission. Find
Прохода нет, или я что-то не увидел. Должен быть здесь проход. Быстрее не двигается, shift не работает. Может, здесь был еще проход? Да, вот тут есть куда идти. Тут лабиринты целые. Мне, скорее всего, направо нужно. Да я знаю то, что они туда идут.
Disguises herself as a man to join a band of warriors, and soon becomes their leader. When they come to the island where her father is buried, her men do not want to go ashore. They say that evil haunts the island, and that it is a worse place by day than other places are by night. Fearless, she lands alone. There are many grave mounds, and all of them have ghostly flames burning over them. She comes to the grave mound of her father after passing through these ghostly fires, as though they were mist. The flames I passed through were real enough. Damn the Northmen to hell.
I can hear him.
Тут вообще кошмар какой-то, лабиринты.
Within the burial mound, Hervor calls on her father to wake from death and bring her his sword. She says that it is not seemly for the dead in their grave mounds to bear valuable weapons. Her father answers with words of warning. You go to your doom. Baleful runes surround you. You have gone mad. You have lost your mind. Your thoughts are confused. It is dangerous to wake the dead. Like I said, she reminds me of you.
Find another way. It's not working. You have to use your mind. Where can you go? You're failing. Find another way. Think. Focus.
Ты, вот это лабиринт.
Let him slip through your fingers once again. Think clearly. Don't recognize it. Don't doubt yourself. You'll never find it. She doesn't recognize it. Yes, you do. You know where you
Мне на голос нужно идти.
his voice. Listen, Dillian. Where are you? It's not him. It's not him. We told you. We told you it was a trick.
Там громче. Надеюсь, правильно иду.
That voice doesn't sound like Dillian.
What's happening?
Quiet.
It's not him.
He wants me to find him. I'm lost without him.
That's not Dillian.
That doesn't sound like Dillian.
It sounds like Senua.
What's in there?
What is it?
A secret room.
Buzz. How do you get in there? How
Не
does
открывается.
That voice. It's not Dillian.
Don't stop now. Don't give up now. Find a way. You're too close to stop. What's in there?
Я опять туда же пришел. Ну, у нее уже мутится такой. Нет, все правильно иду. Потому что он уже двери красные. Я не хочу туда идти. Ну, мне туда и нужно.
Dillian wants me to face my fears.
Возьми факел, хотя бы факелом драться будешь. Ну, видимо, я не буду драться.
Father? I'm leaving. I've decided. I think it will be good for me.
It's the darkness. It's speaking through
No,
you.
Dad, it's me. I think I can beat it. In my own way.
I can see the darkness in your eyes, child.
I met a boy.
Boy.
The chieftain's son.
No.
He said he could help me.
It's a trick.
He said I could be normal.
Normal.
Yes.
No boy is going to save you. No one can. When they see the rot growing inside you,
No!
they will turn their back on you. The gods can only fix you through my hand. You're going nowhere.
No.
You will not defy the gods. Come, child, take my hand. Come, Senua.
I am leaving!
You cannot escape the darkness. Your curse will make everyone suffer. You will have blood on your hands!
Это все испытание, просто найти нужно было. Я не могу двигаться.
It's done. You did it, but there's more.
У меня гниль не уменьшается на руке.
There's still more. There's always more to do. It's not going to be easy.
Его, где проход?
Can you do another one? It's too much. Have you?
С той стороны где-то.
He hasn't got the energy. No. Too much to do.
Как туда пройти? Ого, тут испытаний. Раз, два, три. Нет, я здесь уже был. Значит, возвращаться. Сюда? Видимо, да. Ага. Посмотрим следующее.
I saw once a plague strike northern lands of ice. It was so terrible that not the oldest man among us could remember the like. Hundreds died. The sickness took nearly every person younger than 40 and many older. And where dying mothers gave birth, the marks of the plague were on the babes as they came out of the womb.
Загрузка такая.
I don't like it. This place feels.
What is this place?
This place feels. It's creepy. Creepy. It feels wrong. It feels strange. Where is it? Where are we?
There he is.
There he is.
The light.
Go towards it.
He's in the house. He's
Find
going in.
He's disappearing.
Follow him.
Don't let him disappear.
The air
Where's it gone? Keep going.
How do you find it?
It's just.
It's a test. Like the old warrior trials.
Болото.
Help me.
The stench of rot. She can almost taste it. Do you smell it? No. Don't worry. Not everyone can. It was a warm spring day when she went to the river with Dillian and the others. But the water. She could taste the rot, but no one else could. She knew something was wrong, something sinister. She begged them to leave, but they just laughed at her. But soon enough, as the bodies piled up, no one was laughing. And they knew that she was not like that.
Я не вижу, как мне идти. А, вот, через ворота может.
The bridge. It's broken. Fix it. You have to fix it. Now you have to find him. Quick, get to the house.
А, вон запчасти.
Finish this trial. It doesn't finish until you get to the house. Before he disappears, Senua. You have to get in.
Запчасти, запчасти. Как мне его починить? Нужно куда-то забраться, наверное. Это убралось, а лестницы-то все равно нет. А тут вот еще одна есть.
Up the tower. The tower. How do you get to the tower? That's it. You did it. She did too. It's not done yet.
The Northmen speak of a death moon, a light shaped like a half moon that appears inside a house and goes around the walls. I once saw the death moon appear at a farm, and first the shepherd died, then a guest died, and then the farm hands, and then the farmer and 6 of his men drowned at sea. But that is not the end of it, because the dead return to haunt the living. If you see the dead, then beware, because there will be death in that house.
Понятненько. Понятненько. Снова болото. Не, хорошо так. Не только драться. Можно еще и побегать, поизучать. Испытания какие-то попроходить.
Come to me. Where are you?
I'm here. I'm right here.
Are you in there?
Find him.
Come out.
You have to find him. The runes. Focus.
Dillian! They're coming for me!
You're dying, are you? There's too much. Someone's calling you. Someone's calling you. Why are you? What's that voice? You can hear Dillian.
It's Dillian. Go to him.
Dillian.
Go to him. He's trying to save us.
There it is. Huh? It's close. It's close. Move away. Move away.
Чего? Я погиб. Чего выбирай? Что это было? А почему у нее уменьшилось? У нее же выше локтя уже было. Я не понял, что делать.
It's close. It's close. Move away. Senua, move away. You're dying. You're dying. The burning is going. The burning.
Кого выбирай?
The gates. There they are. The runes. You can get through. Focus. Two more. Where are they? That's Dillian. Where are you? Don't let it.
Короче, возле пламени нельзя ходить.
You'll start to run.
Бегу, бегу.
The light. Go towards it. Focus. 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 Look.
Где пламя, там нельзя находиться. Давай. Ты чего? Не туда вот. Бегу, бегу. Ломись быстрей. Давай! Встал тоже. Ага, как я его найду? Думаю, я помню, откуда я пришел. Да. Меня перекинуло сюда. Что-то испытаний много пройденных. Игра, видимо, короткая. Потому что там всего испытаний 14. Ой, ачивок. Да, испытаний. Вроде 14. Я уже, наверное, штук 6 получил.
Senua!
Senua! What happened?
They're blaming me for the plague. They say that I'm cursed. What if they're right?
How would they know such a thing? Are they gods? None of us are. They're just people. Good people, but they're scared. They're afraid of what they can't see. Like children scared of the dark. They make up stories to fill the void. It doesn't make them true.
What if my father was right?
You have to step out of this darkness. Let them see who you really are, like I have. You're not a monster.
Сейчас еще одно испытание пройду.
Without you, this darkness has made me a monster.
Время еще есть. А почему у нее уменьшилось? Я вроде погиб, а уменьшилось. У нее выше локтя была гниль.
What if this is the end? It's just a trick. It's just a pointless test. You've been fooled before, you could be fooled again.
Не останется одна, наверное.
You don't know. It's just their game for you. You never know which way it's going to go.
I want to tell you a story about a god of the Northmen called Balder. The second son of Odin. He was beautiful, good and wise. He was fair of feature, he spoke fair words, he gave fair judgments. Light shone from him. Only good things were told of him. Yet he was the first of the gods to die.
Я не думал то, что погибнуть можно в испытании. Даже не ожидал этого. Пойду возьму Стеллу. Почему не смотри? Нет, не Стелла. Через маску, может, он починен?
Go to the mast. You don't know what will happen. Be careful. It's not safe.
Ну,
Where are we? What is this? It's the same.
почему с первого раза не сработало? Я же первый раз нажал тоже посмотреть.
It's not broken. It's fixed. What happened? Bridge is fixed. Let's cross
Более
it.
зеленый мир.
The Northmen tell this story about the death of Balder. It begins with dark dreams. Night after night, Balder dreams of his own death, and the gods fear for his life. So Balder's mother makes everything in the world: fire, water, iron, stone, earth, wood, beasts, birds, serpents, poison, sickness.
He loves you. Thank you. Dillian, Dillian,
Ну тут заперто.
She can't open the gate. It's locked. Try harder.
Может, мне снова в маску нужно посмотреть?
She can't. She will. She'll find a way. She always finds a way.
Может быть. Тут, скорее всего, заперто. А, с другой стороны, наверное, открывается. Да, маска в другую сторону. Я же мост там перекинул, теперь нормально смогу, наверное, пройти. Снова возвращаемся в серый мир.
Go through it. It's dangerous. Follow it. What's behind the gate? Where will it take you?
Да, теперь ворота разрушены, могу идти.
Dillian, there he is. There he is. What are you waiting for? Quick, find a way. Find him. Go through. Where is he? Where's he gone? We're in the wrong world. He's not here. She's in the wrong world. He's not in this world. He's in the other one. He's in the other one. He's in the dark world. The dark.
Сатища.
The dark.
The world once seemed so simple. Black and white. Darkness and light. Narrow dividing lines of our own making. Dillian taught her to see further. To peek through the cracks and see the worlds of colour stretching away from the gloom. And Senua explored new paths into the unknown.
Я не вижу.
He saw who she could be. He saw who she really was. He saw the warrior within.
Мне сейчас снова надо будет посмотреть. В маску посмотреть. И, наверное, по новой все сделать. Какой-нибудь новый путь откроется. Все ворота, наверное, открыты будут, и мне на самый верх нужно. Лабиринты? Так тут же все разрушено. Нет, что-то по-другому нужно. Зачем тогда я открывал? Мне наверх как-то попасть нужно.
doesn't know who killed him.
Зачем я открыл? Я же не просто так открыл. Может, через эту маску нужно посмотреть? Какая разница? Ну ладно, попробую, куда деваться. Мне как-то наверх нужно забраться. Там дверь заперта. Но если я по новой смотрю в маску, то я пройти не могу. Тут никаких проходов не может быть, да? Туда вон есть проход. Ну, только заваленный проход. Нет. Видимо, знак мне все-таки здесь нужно найти. Мне уже заканчивать нужно. Что? Ничего похожего не вижу.
He was the only one that really loved her. He did love her.
Меня прям направляют. Только я все равно не вижу. Только раз пробежал и не заметил.
The gods feast and rejoice and amuse themselves by throwing spears and stones at Baldur, striking at him with sword and axe. But he comes to no harm, whatever they do. The gods never cease to wonder at this great marvel. But Loki shapes himself into a woman and asks Baldur's mother, "Is it really true that all things promise to keep him safe?" "I did not ask the mistletoe," Baldur's mother confesses. "I thought it was too young." Oh dear.
Не вижу я. Не заканчивать нужно. Да, ну по-любому здесь. Я уж не первый раз, что я не вижу. Что-то кажется, как будто тут эти балки, но нужно как-то по-другому посмотреть. Две балки. Далековато. Похоже, но не то, да? О, сквозь текстуры нормально смотрится. Нет, это что-нибудь проще должно быть, я слишком все усложняю. Он здесь появляется. Во! А, вот он. Свет падает.
You've got it. Why isn't he here? Do you remember the way he stroked your hair? He's in the dark world. He's gone to the dark world. You're in the wrong world. He's in the other world. The dark world. Without you.
Ладно, затянул, так затянул уже. Куда деваться? Я туда сейчас через ворота пройду. Уже закончу задание. Вниз сверху двери будут открыты.
Nobody will love her now. Can you remember what love feels like? Where are you taking him? He's up there. There's a way.
Лестницу починить как?
There is a way up there. She can do it. You're nearly there. Just find the way.
И так понятно, что надо делать. Видно же.
Do you know? Was it worth it?
Loki makes a dart out of mistletoe and goes to the gods as they throw things at Balder. The blind god, Huth, was there. Loki asks him why he wasn't taking part. Huth says, I cannot see where Balder stands, and even if I could see him, I have no weapon. Loki replies, here is a wand. I will tell you where he stands. And Huth throws the mistletoe at Balder. It pierces through him, and to everyone's horror, Balder is killed. And for this, Huth is slain. The Northmen tell how the gods mourned Balder. His body was to be burnt on his ship, but they could not manage to push it into the sea and sent for a giantess to do it. She comes riding a wolf and has vipers.
Years had passed since she left her father. She trained hard alongside her friend, Dillion. She saw things no one else could. Patterns, shapes, movement. An intuition
Нет, мы
that made her
заканчивать
an
будем.
exceptional warrior. Friendship turned to love. But the shadow of darkness never let her go, and she was caught between two worlds. That of Zinbel and her past, and Dillion, her future. Two realities tearing at her soul.
Нет, мы давайте заканчиваем, продолжим уже скоро, не знаю, завтра, сегодня, посмотрим. Болтать они долго могут, а мы пока что на этом заканчиваем, потому что, видимо, долгое очень задание. А пока что все. Всем спасибо за внимание. Пока-пока.